Replacing a yard hydrant. Now, if y'all remember, we discovered a leak here after we bought the outhouse. So we had to dig it up. We put a repair coupling on there knowing it was a temporary fix, but we've got a piece of 3/4 line coming across right down here in the bottom of the hole. It comes across, then it goes into a PVC compression coupling, then it comes out and comes up 1/2-inch PVC. Well, we knew at the time we didn't want to leave that forever. We knew we wanted to change it. Bailey, get back. Come here. We knew we wanted to change it, but we didn't want to do it right then. So of course, we wait till the end of December when it's a little chilly outside. Luckily, not too bad today, but we've got rain coming and we'd really like to go ahead and get this hole closed in. Not sure we'll get it all done today, but I know that I've got a piece of 3/4-inch copper. I've got about a foot exposed there on the outside of this pipe. So if I want to bring this hose bib up at the same place, if I cut me about a 10-inch piece, that'll let me cut the copper line down here, clean it up. Am I gonna solder it or am I going to press it? Well, I don't know yet.
We gotta solder it because our rigid battery is bad now.
Okay. So what we're gonna end up doing is replacing this. I wanna get rid of the PVC and change it out to copper. Plus, we've got to put a branch line in so Leak Pro has its own line to tie onto whenever they need it, and we can still have the hose bib. So let's go prefab something. We know how far over we want to go, and right now it comes up about 36 inches to give us about 12 inches above the ground. Now guys, if y'all are at home and you just need to change out your own hose bib, this one is literally just threaded on there. And remember, we've got a PVC valve down here at the bottom where I could shut off the water if I just wanted to change out the hose bib. But really what we want to do, we want to change the whole thing to copper and bring it up and do it like we would normally do it. So let's go into the barn, into the shop, and let's prefab something. Then we can literally come out here and cut it and install it. We're not going to be able to do it today though, because we need to let the neighbors know we're shutting the water off. Okay, so I've got some of the stuff out. As you see, I've already got a piece of copper over here in the vise. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring a piece over about 12 inches long, turn up. We'll come up about 2'6" or so. I wanna come up and put in a T. Then I'll go to 1/2 inch up to my hose bib. That way I've got a hose bib that we can use to wash off the pad, whatever we wanna do. But I'm also gonna go ahead and cut that T in where I've got a 3/4-inch branch line, and I'm gonna cap it off for now and plug it. But what it's for is, we wanna hook this bathroom back up out here in the barn. So we're gonna make sure we cut in a branch line that, whenever we find out where that copper line from the toilet and lavatory now goes to, well, we can actually tie onto them and have actual plumbing out here in the barn. Wouldn't that be great? So let's go ahead and start cutting our pieces, get everything ready, and then we can solder this thing up. So this isn't really critical, but I'm gonna cut 12 inches, which is right between the U and the S on USA. Do y'all like these little roller cutters? Or do you like the old 10s, 15s, and 20s that we've been cutting with for years? This does kind of protect the blade a little bit. They don't get chipped, I don't think, near as often with this. And do you always ream your copper out? I know some people do, some people don't. I know you're supposed to. We're gonna make it easy today. That does get that puppy clean. You're gonna be real careful not to get your jersey gloves. Drill, it will make it a not very fun day. All right, so, okay, I wanna be 36 inches up. I've got 7 inches there. And these don't have to be exact, I understand that, but I still know I want it about 36 inches up. Forgot I've got gloves on. And what I've done is really just kind of laid this out, got everything right where I want it. I had a piece of 1/2 inch copper already cut, so I'm just laying it out. I know that I want to come up 36 inches. So this is gonna put me right about where I wanna be, and I'll still have the branch line to come off for the barn. So literally, this is gonna be my piece coming over and up. Come up like this and everything will come up right here. So, now, a cool trick too, take you a pair of pliers. When you're working in a vise like this and it won't stay up, squeeze it just a little bit. You're just trying to put just a little bit of a bend, not much, in it. That way it'll stay right where you want it to. I'm gonna go ahead and solder this up. And I don't know if you noticed me, I look down, always make sure you're using lead-free solder. A lot of us still use 50/50 for toilet flanges and things like that. So it is a good thing to have. I like to wipe off any extra flux that may bubble out right there at the beginning. I could just solder this hose bib on there, but I want to be able to change it out later, probably for another video or something. So we're going to put a female adapter up on top of it. Now we're ready for a little beautiful weather and let the neighbors know we're shutting the water off. See y'all in a minute. All right, so Squirt went up and turned the water off at the meter. I've got a hose hooked up to take the pressure off of it. See if it'll drain down any. It's gonna get it down some, but ain't gonna get it down all the way. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take it apart down here, cut it, put our fabricated piece in here, solder it up, and we should be good to go. So let's see what happens here. Guess we got ants all over here. This copper is pitted really bad. I've been underground for so long. Gotta clean back. I want to go just short of that mark. Ready? Ready for water. Okay. And that's a wrap. Beautiful coat. And so we got in here and got to messing with this. Had a little bit of problem with it holding water when you're working on an underground line and you can move it around. We didn't want to try to blow it out because we've got 2 other houses that are attached on this line. So it was just easier, well, go ahead and bust out the press tool, get it in there, press it, not have to worry about it. Now, as you noticed, we were dealing with a line that had a lot of oxidation, a lot of corrosion on the outside of it. We cleaned it up a little bit, we didn't sand it down, just kind of wiped all the dirt off of it, got everything there, put the press coupling on there, slid the fitting in the other, slid the prefabbed assembly in the other end. That way we just had one joint to do in here. 2 quick presses, turn the water back on, and we're out. Now it's all copper, we don't have to worry about it. Thanks guys. If you love this one, I think you'll definitely like this one too.